Welcome back everyone to Simply WCR, and today I am crocheting your way with another video with work in progress items, complete items, project ideas, and then just some extra things like going on with me based on like how well I'm crocheting and everything. But I can say that right now I am working on, like, I'm literally just taking a break from doing this. It's a knit blanket. And I saw a tutorial on Facebook before, and I have the Yarn Bee Eternal Bliss in the color Country Blue. And I had 7 skeins of it laying around because I was going to make another cart cover. But I felt like it would be more useful for me to just make a throw blanket, which the average size is about 45 inches by 60 inches. And I measured out 45 inches. I don't think I'm going to make it to 60 inches in length. But I feel like I'd still have enough length in there that's just, I mean, I'm a short person, so I don't need that much length. But if I were to make it the actual size, I probably would need another skein of it, another skein or two. I just got onto, I think this is the, this is the 5th skein I'm on right now. And then after that, I'll have 2 more. But there's that, which by the way, I do not know how to knit. Like I said, there's a tutorial and it looked like something simple, and with thick yarn like this, I thought it would be a nice blanket for myself. Now, as you can see little Mr. Piggy over here, because last time you saw that he only had 1 ear. Well, as you can see, he now has arms in both his ears. So here he is complete. I know I may sound like I'm trying to rush this a little, but that's because I don't have much time on my recorder on my camera. So I have to go through my gallery and see what I can delete, because there's some stuff that I wanted to post on my Facebook, not like my Simply WCR group, but my personal post, because I recently hit a butterfly with my car. I know this may sound weird, but it was like crunched up in the grill of the front of my car, and I'm thinking when I got home, oh, it's probably dead, I'm just gonna take it out. And it was still alive, and I felt so bad because it started crawling on me, and it's like trying to fly away. So it's just like relaxing and just flapping its wings. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So I had my sunflower, and I just kind of set them on there. It took me a while because I wasn't sure what to do with the butterfly, because I knew I wasn't going to survive out there. And I felt too bad to kill it. I ended up calling my grandma, and she's like, just put it on a flower or something, let it eat. And that's what I did. I put it on one of my sunflowers that's bloomed. And it immediately like stuck out its little tongue, or whatever you want to call it, and just like going into each little bit of the sunflower and just eating. But I had to go out for a bit again, and when I got back, the butterfly was gone. So either a bird ate him, or it's probably dead somewhere at this point, because it looked like it was, I mean, it seemed like it was fine. It's just that I can't fly. But there's that part for now. It's a sad little story to a butterfly. I know some of you may be like, it's just a bug, it's just a butterfly, but I still feel bad if it's still alive. But anyways, let me continue on to another complete project, which is just a bunch of hats that I have in this box. Now, I'm just going to quickly like show you guys. I'm not really going to go into full detail of what yarns, because some of these I don't even know anymore, because some of them were like clearance ones that were probably discontinued. Some of them I just don't remember at all, and I'd have to look through my order history. But let's go through them real quick so that way we can move on to other things. Anyways, here's that. I'm just going to kind of throw them aside. And these, by the way, are going to be in my craft show. Some of these are bun hats, some of them are regular, and some of them are also regular with pom-poms on top. I just finished this one last night. Yep. Focus. There we go. I really love this one though. Oh, there's like a little piece right here that I have to trim. There's a bit of sparkle in this one. I don't know if you guys can see it. And the cats are doing something in the craft room. I just know it because I can hear boxes just being flailed around. My arms are actually getting tired. This is like a workout right here because I have so many hats. Yeah, probably look better this way. Which, by the way, most of these are just a base with double crochet. And then there's also ones like this one, which is the puff stitch. By the way, this one is a discontinued yarn, and I only have 3 skeins of this yarn, but you know that from the other video. If you don't know about it, just check out my first Crochet Your Way vlog, and you'll know. I really love this one, by the way. I just have to mention that this is the Lion brand Scarfie, and there's so much yarn that I could probably make 2 more of these hats out of the 1 skein of yarn, and it has a really nice ombre. I just wanted to point that out. I'm not sponsored, by the way. This is just something that I really love, and it's just one of the yarn sets. Which, by the way, it's not a thicker yarn, it's more of the thinner side, but it's nice and stretchy. And it just has a nice ombre, plus I love the colors black and red together. Now this very last one I'm going to say something about, because although there's a video out there on how to do it, but I feel like the next time I do this, I'm going to do the decrease a little bit differently. But as you can see, it's kind of like an ombre. I had this, I think it was Red Heart Sparkle, and I had the gray and the white. So I started off with the gray, and then I did the puff stitch here with gray and white for 2 rows, and then white for the rest of the way, and did the pom-pom in white. But the way that you decrease the puff stitch, I don't know, for some reason I just don't like it. I've done it with like 1 or 2 other of the hats, and I did the other ones to where I didn't do like the 2 puff stitch for a decrease. I know for the ones I do like, it's just a single one. I skipped over one. It just looks nicer, and it actually doesn't spread out as much as someone may think. I don't know why. It's just because, I don't know if I can show you, there's just these gaps that you can see, and that's just from how it decreases. So most likely I'm just going to continue the way that I do it and just skip a stitch and then puff stitch into the next one. But I really loved how this one turned out. I think it's very pretty. Okay, so that's it for the bunch of hats. Next up, I have ideas for you guys based on scrap yarn. I don't know if you guys can tell yet, but I am in like my comfy zone right now because I'm just sitting on a cheap throw blanket right now, waiting for this one to get done while wearing my boyfriend's t-shirt and some sweatpants. But anyways, I got this box of scrap yarn that I have. Some are already wound up and everything. And this one I actually most likely had on my shelf in my craft room, and most likely it is Zuko who pulled it out, and I literally found it before I was making this video on the floor in the corner near the door that leads to our patio. So I ended up putting it in here, but I just wanted to say that I have so much scrap yarn and I didn't know what to do, and I tried looking up scrap yarn ideas and I just couldn't seem to find anything that really helped me figure out what to do with my scrap yarn. So what I did was I started looking around for like small projects that you can do, and I found many that works very well with making small ideas, especially if you are going to a craft show and you want to make something small. Because if you're like me, if you see something cheap that's cute, you're going to go for it. But easily, for my first idea, this one's a little messed up. Balls like this where you still have plenty left over, even this size, you can make these cup cozies. Now, I can say if you're going to make a cup cozy, when you chain, you want to chain to the length of 6.5 inches. And I will be pointing out two different stitches that I did for this, because one worked and one didn't. The one that worked was something that I saw from a post on how to do a plain cup cozy, and it's just knowing how to chain, slip stitch, and the half double crochet. Well, I could have sworn I had my cup cozies around. I don't know where they went at this point, but I do have some right here, so I'm just gonna go with this. But here's one that is a half double crochet. As you can see, I still have to weave in the ends for these, but this is a nice idea because, as you can see, I still have much left to do out of this. So there's that for an idea. Now, the one that doesn't work very well, although it obviously works on this water bottle. It's a 16.9 fluid ounce bottle, although it doesn't really work too well if it's a thicker. It's just for the thinner ones. I tried it out with the other ones that turned out this way. But it's called the knit stitch. Basically a stitch that makes it look like you knitted it, but you actually just crocheted. Well, it's too tight, because I didn't bother trying it out at first, and I found a cup that I could use to test it out, and it doesn't stretch. That's the problem that I found. It doesn't barely stretch. Now with the other one, like where you chain, it's gonna mostly keep that length, but at the top, which by the way you don't slip, I don't know if some of you slip stitch to finish off the edge, but for this you just want to leave it, but it stretches out, because you know, for like kind of like on the go coffee cups, how it just gets thicker once you get closer to the top. But that's what I noticed. I don't know if you guys want me to show you how to do one of these. If you want me to, just let me know. But you can do that with any yarn. Just use any size hook that either was recommended for that yarn, or if like this, I don't know what size hook that I'd use, but I'll just go through my hooks, see which one would be best. But I would probably make maybe a couple cup cozies with this. But I could also make, which with this yarn I most likely will make for another idea, is pom-poms. If you ever just make plain hats and you just want to add a little something extra, these scrap yarns are actually perfect for making pom-poms to put on top. Just match it up with the hat you never know, you might find a hat that matches with it. But also another thing that you can do, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a rug grip. It's like something that you put underneath your rug to get more grip to it, but it has all these holes that you could literally, because you know when you make a pom-pom you have the 2 strings that are left behind. Hi Layla. But anyways, you basically just put the strings through the holes and you tie them together, and it makes this little rug itself. Instead of just putting it underneath the rug, you make one yourself if you have plenty of scrap yarn. It doesn't even have to be within the same colors. You can make it like a rainbow of colors and it'll look nice, or just go with a theme. I don't know why, but my nose is itchy. But there's those ideas. Now, you may be asking about like possibly like the very smaller bits like this one. Now I have an idea for these, just based for someone like me, because I can relate to it, is cats. What you can do with this small bit of yarn is literally make a cat toy. And it's nothing complicated, like nothing at all. It simply, what I would do is either, if you know how to crochet like a ball shape, or even just making a square / rectangle, sewing them together, or like a bag style and then sewing the ends. And what you just take polyfill, mix it with a little bit of catnip, stuff it inside. I think I got Layla's attention over that. And it's just the perfect little cat toy if you don't want to go out and buy anything and you just want to use this up somehow, if you have cats like me. I just noticed something as I'm making this video. I'll have to show you guys before I end this video, but I have a yarn ball unrathered in my hallway right now. See, this is what happens when I don't keep an eye on my cats. A yarn ball ends up on the floor and they drag it around. But there's those ideas for scrap yarns. If I ever come up with any more on the top of my head, I'll let you guys know. But there's those, and I don't have it with me right now. It's all the way at the kitchen table. It's nothing really worth seeing, but I could basically describe, which many of you may know, this is a pattern by Storyland and Mies. And I'm basically working on making smaller ones. And I currently have 20 pairs of ears, 20 pairs of the first leg, because the second leg you actually attach to the first leg and work on. And I'm working on the tails right now. I'm making 20 small ones for the craft show. And I'm hoping once I'm done with those, I can work on doing a small version of Mr. Piggy. But that is basically it for today. There's nothing really special going on. I just figured I might update you guys. Although there is I was going to give you an update based on the craft shows, which, by the way, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to both those craft shows because I want to move sooner. If we can, I'm probably going to go and just look for a craft show that's around and wait to see if I can join any down in Florida. But that is all that I really have for today. I know this wasn't really the best video, but let's go check out the hallway real quick just to see what my kitties have been doing. Here's my hallway, and as you can see, there is a ball of yarn that's just been dragged out. And Zuko over here trying to look all innocent. So yeah, there is my scrap ball of yarn that I'm going to have to pick up and roll back up. But also, by the way, guys, there is an issue with my little knit blanket. Not surprising, but let me show you real quick. So I noticed there was a spot that was just kind of weird, and I'm like, what is that? And I noticed I missed one. So I'm going to have to undo all this and start all the way back over from that point, which kind of sucks. But I don't mind because it really didn't take that long to get to this point, and today's my day off, so I have all day to do it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I know it's not that impressive, but have a good day, and let me know in the comments if you want to see anything in future videos, such as certain yarns that you want me to test out. I'm open to basically anything. If you want me to do tutorials, let me know. But thank you for watching.